Hi Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading. I hope you've been having a good Pisces season. We just had a new moon in Pisces, and that hopefully gave you some fresh energy and some spring vibes to take into the new astrological year. And yeah, this reading is for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this doesn't really resonate with you, don't forget to check your other placements. I do readings for all the signs every month. So we're going to look at the 4 usual cards that I do, which is starting with the current energy, then moving on to what the main block is, then what is emerging for you this month, and finally the advice card. And then after that, we will do a little love forecast to end. So let's get going. I'm going to pull your 4 cards. Let's look at the first one, which is the current energy. 8 of Cups. Something about leaving behind. If you remember your January reading, not January, your February reading last month, there was the message was about stop neglecting your emotional needs with a certain person, potentially. Let's keep going, and I'll pull the second card here. Knight of Swords is your main block. Interesting. Wonder if it could be that person we're talking about leaving behind. Let's take a look at what is emerging. 4 of Pentacles is emerging. And finally, the advice. Ooh, this one flipped up. Star. Okay, I like what the overall message is. Let's take a deeper dive. So, current energy, Pisces, here you are in a good old water sign card with the cups, with the new moon that's just taken place, as I said earlier. And with that is this direction of leaving something behind, leaving potentially someone behind, maybe. The 8 of Cups is not necessarily a very happy card, but the vibe is more to do with leaving behind what doesn't serve you so that you are able to pursue and give space to more happiness and the things or the people that are going to bring you more joy. Something tells me that given what we looked at last month, some of you have had to leave behind a relationship, or some of you are emotionally checked out of a relationship, and even if you may not have physically literally ended things yet, your heart is no longer in it. Your heart is no longer in it, and your heart has already moved on, even if you might physically still be seeing this person or continuing to interact with this person. You're not giving your full self to them anymore. Your spiritual, emotional self has moved on, and doesn't necessarily mean that this person has done something bad to you or has hurt you. It might simply mean that the connection has run its course, or that the connection has kind of gone through more of a gradual decline or a gradual stagnation, and it's just become clear that you need to move on. You need to move on. And for some of you, this card could also refer to moving on from an ex. If there's been a situation where there's been a lot of on-off, going back and forth between the two of you. Whatever it is, current energy right now, think about what you need to move on from. What is the stale energy or the stale people in your life? No disrespect to them, just saying the staleness is to do with the connection. What is that there that is no longer filling your emotional reserves? And there's something also pulling you. There's something that's calling you to look for something that brings you more meaning and that brings you more depth to your being and to your relationships. The main block right now, I will clarify this. The main block right now, this could be the person we're talking about, this Knight of Swords, which is a very different kind of energy to you here. Some of you could be dealing with someone who really wants to move things a lot faster than you're willing to or comfortable with going. There's an incompatibility here. You're moving in complete opposite directions in a way. And it could be that this has been the issue, that you've just been on completely different pages from the very start, and you both kind of are just reading the relationship in completely different ways. This person could be just so, not desperate, but just have this urgency about them where they really want to progress the relationship, and they might be overlooking some of the incompatibilities between the two of you, or that they just want to kind of smooth over, gloss over the issues that are there, and they just want to go, and they just want to, work towards some kind of imaginary finish line. There's a sense of impulsivity here with this person, and that's what's pushing you away, and that's what you're finding hard to move forward with. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords card. Tell me more, the World. Tell me more about the block for Pisces this month. Page of Pentacles and the World kind of in reverse. For whatever reason, this person just doesn't really fit into your world. Like, it fell out this way. Doesn't really fit. The two of you are kind of moving at different speeds here. Moving in different speeds and different directions, whether that's to do with where you want the relationship to go, or whether it's to do with just where you are at in each of your life stages right now. Let's take a look at what's emerging. I'll come back to this Page of Pentacles here. This also came in reverse, I believe. What's emerging is this newfound stability that's going to come from making that potentially hard decision to walk away. But in doing so, in walking away and severing a tie, severing a connection, a relationship, something that you've grown comfortable with, or something that you've just been kind of settling in for too long. In doing so, what is emerging is you protecting yourself, and you holding on to what does matter to you. When we looked at this block here with the Page of Pentacles, with the Knight of Swords, again, there's a different kind of energy here compared to where you're at. This idea of like constantly looking for something new or something exciting or something novel. That's not really aligned with who you are right now, Pisces. Your world right now is not necessarily about chasing, chasing, whether that's to do with career or whether it's to do with relationships. You're not really interested in that at the moment. You're kind of walking away from these sort of more ambitious desires, and you're being asked to protect what you have. You're being asked to protect and guard yourself rather than looking outside of yourself and chasing things outside of yourself. The advice is the Star. That's another 8. Or, sorry. Yeah, it is another 8 because I'm like, where am I getting this 8 number from? The stars here all have 8 points. So again, we have this doubling of 8, which is always to do with transformation. And again, the water energy is strong here. I think this month or this season right now, even though it kind of feels like with the spring there's always this push towards new things or this push towards rebirth, and this is a rebirth card, but instead of chasing after new things, right now it's that for you it's actually more about letting go of old things and walking away from old things, walking away from an old chapter in your life, walking away from whether it's a relationship, or if this can also represent aspects of yourself, walking away from the aspects of yourself that are always consumed with chasing after things, or always consumed with wanting more, or desiring more, or thinking of ways to get more. Again, whether that's more in your personal romantic life or more in your professional career, the message is that these things right now are a block to your energy. They're not really falling into your world as perfectly as you might have thought they would. And so the advice is to tend to what you already have. Again, it's this to do with this emotional nurturing of yourself. We have the moon, we have the stars, we have our water. Like, it's very interior focused energy. And again, it's protecting your energy. It's all about protecting your your field of emotional, spiritual reserves, and what it is that you want to give. I think what's coming is actually, you may have given so much in this previous relationship or this current one that you're being asked to walk away from. Because you've been so depleted by it, you may have been given a lot, and it may have been because this person has taken a lot. That this next phase for you is going to be a lot more about you just being more selective about who you let into your space and who you let into your shared bubble, and who you're going to share your resources with, basically. You're being asked to not to neglect yourself. It's kind of the same message from last month. Stop neglecting your own needs. Don't forget to fill up your own cup. Don't forget to feed yourself. Okay, Pisces? We'll end with our love forecast. What is the love forecast for Pisces? I think I saw the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck earlier, and here we have the Queen of Cups. So that water energy is strong with you. Knight of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. When you walk away from that which is no longer serving you, as I said, Pisces, that opens up the space for potentially a slower, more patient love to emerge, whether that's from someone else or whether that's just from you giving it to yourself. I think for the relationship reading, there's a sense of being asked to slow down. So if you are dealing with someone, right, especially if they're the Knight of Wands, really just like gunning for it, always wanting to keep things moving, keep the relationship progressing to the point where it's like kind of stressful for you, right? And it's causing you to pull back. Think about ways to slow that down. Because for those of you who are able to welcome in a slower energy, a calmer love, that's what is going to feed you a lot more and multiply the emotional resources that you have to give back and for it to be mutual. If you're single, for the single Pisces, the message here is patience. The Knight of Cups is our emotionally mature and grounded and in touch with their feelings person. So look out for that. That person could be coming your way soon. They could be bringing a beautiful offering of love with them. And to just be patient. It might not happen right away. It might not happen in the most obvious way. It might not happen with big gestures or big declarations. It could be a lot more subtle, this person, the way they choose to express their interest and their desire and attraction, because they understand that you need more space. You need that space. You need time. They don't want to rush it. You don't want to rush anything. You want to slowly develop and build trust. And that's going to be the foundation that eventually leads to a very rich, fulfilling life together. So don't forget that. The foundation is always going to be in what is going to take time. Any strong foundation that you build takes time. It's not something that you can do once. It's not something on a checklist that you just like tick off. It's something that has to be sustained and that has to be consistent. So Pisces, I look forward to, oh, and there you are, Queen of Cups, right? Queen of Cups. That's the partnership you're looking for, is this beautiful emotional connection that feels very solid and stable and not, again, just not rushed and not pressured. So if you're single, don't feel pressured. Practice patience. If you're dealing with someone, if you're in a relationship, think about whether their pace and their sort of energy is a match for you. If they're causing you stress and if they're just causing you to be emotionally depleted all the time, and then they don't fit into your world. You don't fit into each other's worlds. It's that simple. Okay. So a lot of water and emotional calibration this month for you, Pisces. I hope you find that beautiful, patient, slow love for yourself or with someone else. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye.